Hi, everybody. I just want to get on here and, well, do a restaurant review real quick. Uh, just so you guys know, yesterday, of course, was Thanksgiving. Tony and I didn't go out to visit family until like way late, I'd say probably like 8 o'clock in the evening. That sounds a little bit, off kilter to you guys. Well, there's a perfectly logical explanation on it. Uh, if you watch the Thanksgiving video I shot yesterday, well, not yesterday. Uh, for some reason I keep thinking today's Friday. Thursday. If you watch the video I shot Thursday, I made a comment to the effect that I was here by myself and that Tony was working. Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why we didn't, go visit until later is because, well, Tony didn't get off work until 4. And he got home, I'd say, about 5-ish, maybe. And then, we figured by the time that, we got, him changed out of his work clothes and then, us, go somewhere, most of our family would have eaten and stuff, and we didn't want to get, like strange looks from them and stuff. So what we had done is, we actually booked a reservation at Buca di Beppo. It's 3 words. It's Buca space Dibeppo. And I mean, granted, I feel kind of sorry for the restaurant workers that had to work and stuff, on Thanksgiving and everything. But I'm glad at least this restaurant was open because, we didn't want to put any of our family out. I mean, I know they were all like, well, why hasn't, they showed up? Why weren't they calling? Well, I just didn't feel like going anywhere minus Tony. I mean, I explained the situation to my parents. I said, look, I'm like, that wouldn't be fair to Tony if, like, I took off and went to, so-and-so's house and, left him to come home to an empty house and him be like, but you should have waited for me and stuff. Um, that's why I didn't go anywhere until after he got home. And our thought was we'd rather not put somebody out or make them reheat the turkey or something just because, we got there late. So we ended up, that's why we made the reservation at the restaurant. You know, it was just because we didn't feel like putting any of our family out. The restaurant was great. The server, she was just a complete sweetie. Her name, I have it here, was Chelsea. She was a good waitress. So, I mean, if you guys go there and eat, ask for her. She was a pretty good waitress. But yeah, seriously though, I mean, we just, we're like, well, it's this and it's here and it's that. And of course my mom, told me, people were like, what, where are they? What are they doing? Mom's like, well, I know, she was like, well, I know Tony's working and Melanie's at home waiting on him. They're like, well, why doesn't she come? Well, she's not going to come without Tony. Come on, duh, get real. But Tony and I split a pasta bowl of shrimp fra diavolo. You might be wondering why we picked that instead of like the traditional turkey dinner. Well, we didn't want turkey dinner, so we didn't get turkey dinner. We ended up getting Italian food, and it was really good. I mean, we got a thing that serves like 4 or 5 people. It came out in a bowl like this big. I mean, it was huge. We couldn't actually eat all of it, and I figured Tony would have ate the furniture, because I mean, let's face it, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Tony's a freaking eater. I mean, I called him the Black Hole of Calcutta, the bottomless pit. I mean, he is. He's an eater. I mean, and Tony will admit to it. But we didn't realize it was going to be that big of a, bowl, or we would have ordered the, 2 to 3 size, But we ended up bringing home 3 tins worth of the stuff with it, and we ended up eating it over a 3-day time period. Matter of fact, Tony took one of the tins to work with him yesterday when he worked, yesterday on Friday. And we still enjoyed it. I mean, even cold, it was fine. I mean, I ate the rest of the 110, the third 10 today for lunch, and ate some of it when I got back home. Thursday, almost said Friday night. I don't think so. Thursday night. It was really good. Yeah, and I do recommend going there and eating. And something I should bring up here as well, just as an aside, we made reservations there at the restaurant through, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. It's through OpenTable.com. I have, and this is one of those times where I'm gonna have to show it on my phone. This is, of course, well, my iPhone. You can't really see it on here, but you'll have to take my word for it. There's an app on this phone for OpenTable. I actually made it on this phone. Just 'cause, we just got to talking about it, and I said, look, let's not put any of our family out, I mean, 'cause let's face it, by the time he gets off work, and, changes clothes, use the bathroom, whatever, it's going to be, we're talking, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then by the time we get there, it'll be 6:37, and, that's not fair to, whoever, so, I mean, that's why we did what we did. One thing, and I'm strongly considering suggesting this to, my family, for next year, is us going there to Buca di Beppo again, because, I mean, making that reservation in advance was just an absolute, just great idea, and we enjoyed it. I mean, we would definitely do it again for Thanksgiving. I mean, because, you didn't have to eat the turkey and the dressing and whatever. You couldn't just go there and, eat Italian if you want. I mean, like, Tony and I could have split a big thing of spaghetti and meatballs if we'd wanted it. And the meatballs are like this big around. That's just one of them. I mean, these suckers are huge. I mean, there's like, we saw this kid, one of the, like, little bus boys, it said meatballs as big as your head. We saw it, and I looked at Tony, and I think I cussed at him. I said, damn, that's a big-ass meatball. I mean, it was. I mean, just one that big, holy cow, people. I mean, it was just a whole lot of meatball. I mean, I was impressed. And so was Tony. He said, crap, that's a large meatball. And the decorations inside the restaurant were interesting. It had, like, different pictures of, like, priests and nuns and people doing everything. Now, I don't normally do this, and this is an aside. I don't normally take pictures in the bathroom, but Richard, don't get the wrong idea. On the walls, there's this, I could not help it. On the wall in the stall in the women's restroom was a picture of a girl picking her nose. It was funny. I couldn't help it. I took a picture of it, and I texted it to Tony, and I said, don't pick your nose. And it was funny. I mean, because I put LOL, so, he knew I was laughing at him. Because, I mean, we can text each other photos and stuff, and, there was, it was just so, I mean, we had the best time. And actually, they take you through the kitchen to take you back to your table, and like, if you're there for, like, a birthday or an anniversary or whatever, they actually will sit you in the kitchen, and the wait staff will sing to you and everything. I mean, I think that's, really interesting. So, I mean, I do highly recommend it. And, I mean, the wait staff was completely nice, and the manager even stopped by, and we told her that our waitress was, really nice and stuff and everything. So, I mean, I did want to get on here and at least, let you guys know. I did like the restaurant, and, I mean, granted, it was more food than, we intended to get, but, hey, I mean, if you want to feed 5 or 6 people with, the big size, go right ahead. I mean, it will feed. When it says it'll feed 6 or 7 people, yeah, it will. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good evening. Bye.